is the government betraying us? What's wrong with our politicians? What's wrong with the politicians? I mean, what's your thoughts?
This is what I'm saying. Let me give you a prime example. Where is our vice president?
Where is she?
Yeah. Do anyone know? When we say that, we say the government because we depend on the government to be right and to do what's right. Now we getting ready to have different leadership for us, but we don't even know where. What is she doing? Don't government. So you talking about let us down? We don't even know what they're doing for us. I'm all confused.
Wow.
So when we brought this topic up, and then you do research. When you go to research, you go and it's like everything is Donald Trump. If you go into government, it's Donald Trump. It's Donald Trump, everything in the government. But then when you dig into his life, he connected to so many things with the government. Even the government trying to prosecute him. It's like, is that government?
Right.
Are they letting us down every day, Donald Trump?
A lot of people
letting us down, government.
A lot of people, especially our people, probably wouldn't agree with what I'm about to say, but I do admire certain traits about Trump. You know what I'm saying? Honestly speaking, like his business, Mongol savvy. I mean, he's a multi-billionaire. There are some things to be taken from him. I also respect the fact that, you know what I'm saying, if he don't like us and he's saying that straight up, I can respect that. I much rather respect somebody saying, you know, F you to my face, or I don't like you to my face, and letting me know what it is. Contrary wise to you smiling in my face and acting like everything is cool, but then you stabbing me in the back and you doing all this political shenanigans just to, you know what I'm saying, play the race card and do your racism thing that the racists do. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, you know what I'm saying, Trump don't hide nothing. So at least you know what you get with him. You know what I'm saying? He got very limited respect for other races and probably women. You know what I'm saying? That's fine with me. I know what I'm getting with him. You know what I'm saying? I know that probably rub a lot of people the wrong way, but that's just me.
He may try to hide a few things. He just wasn't good.
I don't think he can hide. I don't think he
put it in the bathroom, in the ballroom, on the stage.
And to be more for real, let's be more for real about it. I think he was 100 times better as a president than Joe Biden.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
This part that we're going to get on this, because listen, I'm 60 versus he's half my age. And then people get on Joe Biden, and once this, I got to ask this $100,000 question. What is Biden doing wrong? Listen to my question, because if he's such a bad president, what is he doing wrong?
Well, I think the question really should be, what is he doing right? Because at this point, the country is far worse than it was when Trump was in office.
But we were in
pandemic. At the end, but Trump at the end, but you know, gas prices was low. Not that the presidents control gas prices. They say they don't, but they do have something to do with it.
But we were in a pandemic, right? Remember
that? No, not Trump's entire. No, we wasn't in a pandemic.
Nah, I said when.
But and then I mean, we were in a pandemic, and Trump probably didn't take it serious enough. I guess what they say, or whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna be very cautious about what I say about the pandemic. I don't even want to touch the pandemic. As far as the presidency, you know what I'm saying, at the state of where we were a few years ago as opposed to now. Everybody's struggling now. When Trump was in office, there was some leeway. You had some gas, you know what I'm saying? Everything.
Nobody wasn't struggling when Trump was in there.
People were struggling, but not like now, man. Now it's just like OD terrible. You know what I'm saying? Gas prices, everything.
What did Biden do wrong? Food. I'm still trying to figure out what did Biden do wrong.
Biden doesn't stay on topic. Biden can't even hold a conversation.
He can't?
No, he cannot. No, he cannot. He gets lost in mid conversation. I mean, if you just look at it, and that's the president. So don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying?
He's doing
the best of his job. I just think that.
When did he lose conversation? Ever did Biden lose a conversation?
Several times, often, not even seldomly, but frequently.
When
in conversation, and he talks about things incorrectly.
No,
I'm telling you, he gonna say, look, Biden say something like this, quote unquote. I'm gonna give you 3 words. I'm gonna give you 2 words. Made in America.
No, That's 7. You
No. He said that. I posted it on my own page. I'm telling you, I posted the short. I posted the short.
So let me tell you why I would say that, because
I posted the
I'm
short.
60 years old. And
I
let
posted
me
the
explain
short.
something to you, for you all young grasshopper whippersnappers out there, which you seem to understand something. Biden is old, and you all, a young generation, better be blessed that you get old. He's old, but he's not feeble-minded. He's just not an energetic, run around, jump up and down older. But you've never seen him once have a conversation where he was feeble-minded. Never.
Yes.
And let me tell you how when he holds conversation, listen, he's engaged.
Yes,
when this man talks about bills, laws, and anything, he can break it down to you. Listen, but you know what happened? They take clips and blast them on television and make him look that he's old. He is old, but don't mean he's feeble-minded. That man is real. And look what he's doing to help out. Look what he brings out. Let me explain something. You ready for this? Mm-hmm. Most of the things that he does, like let's say, for example, all those loans people went to school with, it don't make any sense when you go to college and you have all those loans. He's fighting to get those broken down. And you know what those Republicans all
Obama was fighting for the same thing.
Who was?
Obama.
No, he wasn't.
Student loan forgiveness.
You know what he did?
Yes, he was.
These are two different things. Let me tell you what Obama did. He didn't fight for that. You know what he did? He pulled out Sallie Mae. He took out instead of the bank owning it, now the government owned those loans and stuff that used to do. That's the only difference he did. See, you got to dig into that. Like I say, I live and breathe this stuff. Barack Obama didn't. So when you look at Biden, he's trying. He is really, and look at his power. Let me tell you why I'm strong on this. Policies and procedures.
Mm-hmm.
When they trying to change policies and procedures, that's right.
What policies have he gotten to deal with major issues like police brutality?
And watch this. And listen to this. First of all, he the first one that, I'm glad you brought that up. He the first one that speak up on it. Listen, don't look at the clips of when he talked. Look at the whole speech. When you see he talks about how white folks can talk about this. This is a white man who brings this out of his mouth. How white folks talk about things that happened to them lately in crime. When he said blacks been dealing with this their entire existence. Now pull Barack Obama up in his whole 8 years. This man never brought up black anything. The only thing he ever brought up black was the young man that got shot, the one there. He only brought up
Martin.
Right, but that could have been him. That was the whole 8 years he ever been black.
Now this is the thing about that, and that's why I said, is the government portraying us? What's wrong with the politicians, right?
Betraying.
So, like a lot of times, look, this what I do see, and I happen to notice a pattern, and is that a lot of these politicians, they talk a good game. I guess that's a political game, and then when you get in office, what I'm saying, it's something different. But Trump, right? When Trump went in office, he made ways for the people who, were rich. He made tax breaks and stuff like that. He did. He looked out for his people. You understand what I'm saying?
Put them judges in there.
And all the other presidents, FDR, Ronald Reagan, I mean, they always kept their party's interests, especially their donors and the people that supported them the most. They always doubled down on their philosophies and theologies and things of that nature.
Their campaign
looked out for their people. Maybe not in a capacity in which they said they was going to do it, but yet and still, they still made a way for their people. Now, what I find in a pattern is that when black people become politicians and things of that nature, that these people's success is predicated off of keeping us down and not sending that ladder back down, which we like to call gatekeeping. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people, like, in order for them to sustain their success, they have to keep us down. They have to keep dumbing us down, keep selling us poison and all of that other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so I think that's a lot of what's going on. And then you see with the government, like Marilyn Mosby, right? She's facing 4 federal charges. And then you got the guy with the Operation Safe Streets. Can't remember his name right now, but you know who I'm talking about. The CEO of Safe Streets. he has a federal indictment against him as well.
Man, I just was talking this thing earlier.
Right, yeah, we were just talking about him earlier. He has a federal indictment as well. So now we're starting to see a pattern with these things, especially with Baltimore politicians. Now you have Sheila Dixon, who went from mayor's office to federal indictment to federal prison. We got Catherine Pugh, who went from mayor's office to federal indictment to federal prison. And you know what I'm saying? The list goes on and on. Now you got Marilyn Mosby, who's the state's attorney. And then you have the CEO of Operation Safe Streets. It's just fascinating. It's just fascinating to me that the pattern of corruption. I mean, we all know that the government is corrupted and things of that nature. They the biggest gang, but I mean, like, they doing it right in front of our face, and how could they trust us to possibly believe in them and to, you know what I'm saying, work with them in cooperation when things like this are occurring? This is why the question is posed, like, are they betraying us? You know what I'm saying? Is the government betraying us?
All right. Okay, now let's hold that note right there. And I notice how you put all of the politicians in the law that they have broken and being accused of, or having to go to court and all these things as far as the criminal side. But if you look at this, it's like none of them you can compare the same. They say they broke the law, but I don't see one have to do with that. Let me give you an example.
As would be happy.
If you're in a relationship, let's say you were in 3 relationships in your lifetime and you broke up with all 3 of them. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean all 3 was it was your fault that it didn't work out, even though you broke up with all 3 of them. All 3 need to be looked at separately. Do you kind of see what I mean? It's like,
you guys break that down for me. By the way, Brother Maurice, appreciate you, Brother Nadi. He said they really think they above the law.
But that's why I'm saying coming to me, but they don't. It's not, because if you got to look at each case separately, especially Marilyn Mosby, if you look at what she's charged with versus, Sheila Dixon and Catherine Pugh, and especially my brother with
Martin. I would say they all have something majorly common. That's a common thing.
The people that's prosecuting them.
I see the pattern. The common theme is them misabusing and misappropriating funds. They're trying to say that they're using, like, Catherine Pugh with the children's book or whatever. Holly, what is the thing? Holly Foundation. The Holly Foundation. They were saying that she was using the books and all of that other stuff and doing some fraud and things, the way as though it created a couple million extra dollars in her pocket. Sheila Dixon, they were saying that she was scamming with the gift cards and all of that stuff with the taxpayer dollars and stuff like that. Yeah. Now you got Marilyn Mosby being accused of the same thing, buying 2 vacation homes and frauding out with her thing. And then you got Safe Streets with over $1 million. They saying that he took the PPP loans and all this other stuff. So it all has something to do with misappropriation of funds. And that is a pattern that's common throughout all of them.
Well, Lord, you all can help me out here. Just help out, send me out.
Brother Nadi said crime is the commonality. LOL. Real talk.
All right. Let me show you an example of crime that how they consider crime, because when I say each case, let me give you a prime example. My mother, when we were young, to get school lunch, you had to change some things on that application. True fact. In order for you to go to another school in a certain district, you had to use your aunt or somebody's address in that area to do that. And these will break the law. These are federal forms or state forms that you sign. They are really criminal, that you can be held accountable. Now, let's move that aside. Let's show a different type of a mother who broke the same law. They needed gas and electric. You are a child. Your parent put the gas and electric in your name.
Right.
Do you kind of see what I mean?
Right.
These are both parents who technically broke the law each way. But do you kind of see what I mean? In order for us to live a normal life, every single person that's black that lived in the United States of America has broken a law.
Well,
if you tell me one that have not,
I don't necessarily agree with that, because
that's Stone.
Maybe for the most part. There is not. See, I don't want to talk about my own anecdotal experience, but my parents didn't do that. But by the way, brother,
well, I bet they lied on the credit card.
Brother Nadi, he already commented again. He said we know there's many tiers of crime, but it's crime nonetheless, fraud, etc.
But see, this is what I'm saying. If we don't discuss it, that means every single person done a crime. Let me give you a prime example. Your credit card. I'm gonna give you a prime example. You don't realize it's a federal offense. Your credit card application. Did you not lie at time that you work? Time that you live at that address? How much you make?
Nope.
All of them. I have a credit card application.
I gotta say that.
A credit card application, and it's exactly line for line the truth.
Well, you got.
I almost know there is none.
You got to.
There is a federal but you see when you sign on that line, it says it's a federal offense to lie.
Exactly.
This is exactly
what
I'm
Brother
talking
said
about.
The same thing.
No, everyone.
No. See, some things
breaks the law.
So some things you don't totally tell the truth about. But for me, when it comes to the IRS and the government and all that stuff, with credit and all that stuff, for me, I don't lie about that on the application because, you know what I'm saying, when they go to audit you, then you are committing.
They don't audit no credit card application. Nobody never audit a credit card application, only if you run for office.
So
now maybe you ran for office.
Said again, he said, I don't lie when it comes to that paperwork, not even a little bit, for real. That paperwork.
You lying now.
That paperwork.
See what I mean? Lying now.
No, you gotta
be.
You gotta be official.
If this was a federal,
you gotta be official.
If this was a federal crime to send in a comment, you know it's a lie because we can run down your whole credit application. Listen, we live. We gotta.
I can say I don't lie. I can say I haven't lied on a credit application because that's not what I do. I don't even know enough about it to be lying. I don't know where to lie.
Resume?
Huh? No, I don't. I never had
a resume.
No, I've never had a 9 to 5. I've always worked as like a contractor and stuff like that. I've never had typical 9 to 5 job. That wasn't me. I'm not a Burger King.
Maybe you're once in a million.
That's not me. I'm not.
Never lied to get an apartment.
But I work. I've
never lied to get in an apartment.
No.
First not a car, house. Never lie about first car.
Book my first car outright.
To rent a house, apartment complex. All your applications is absolutely true.
For real. True. Through and through. True.
Hey, listen, I can't knock a man. He says true, but he's the only one.
He said, I don't lie on resume either. I was raised different, I guess. I don't think
you make it seem.
I would hope most people don't lie.
I'm not saying.
And if you do, how can your employer not follow up on that though? Like your job as an employer.
I'm not trying to say people who do these lies are hardened criminals. Come on, this is life. You can't tell the truth on little things. You can't really tell the truth in relationships. You got to start accepting the blame. We all want to blame everyone else. These some stuff that we get better at. And if you didn't, so well, I'm not calling everyone, but 98% or 99.9%, we did it. We did it to get to the next level. So when I say that, when you look at everyone that you consider that's broken the law, look at Marilyn Mosby, what she did with hers. That's why I'm saying she moved her own money around, her own. So when you pay attention, because I know so many people do that, they are not hardened criminals. They don't deserve to be prosecuted. And especially when you say, look who's prosecuting them.
I'm gonna act like I ain't see that, brother. Now to be, he said, boo. Hey, yo.
You don't have to agree with me. Hey, look, that's what we on here for. I'm going to get off here and still say the same thing.
For real, though. I mean, like,
I can't pull up your credit application. I don't know how to take your word for it.
See, for real, though. I didn't.
I had to take your word for it.
I didn't. I haven't, and I don't. I
really
don't.
Look, more power to you.
But
I say, what I'm saying is, none of us are perfect. And when you try to be and pretend you be, you're going to fail at everything. Hey, look, I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. But I look at everything differently. Every single person is different. Every situation is different. That's how I look at us. And us as a black race, we got to look at each other like this. We can't all gather together. Oh, all of them criminals. Throw them all away. You got to be careful what you say now. You know what I mean? You get that knock on your door, you know what I mean? And you call to somebody, collect call for something. You got to be careful. Life is life. You know what I mean?
Right. We appreciate y'all, man.
Yes.
For
the comments.
In. We appreciate the comments as well. We definitely would encourage y'all to go over to the YouTube. We're trying to grow the YouTube up. You know what I'm saying?
But we need our solutions
jump in the algorithm. We're trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? By the end of September, we definitely want to have at least 100 subscribers. Subscriptions are absolutely free. We're gonna continue to bring content. We're gonna bring people within the community. We're gonna tell y'all what's going on.
We need your comment.
We're not just gonna talk about the typical status quo, what everybody talking about. We are actual real content creators that's creating content that we need to talk about. So with that being said, what we're gonna need from y'all is to go over to that YouTube, like, share, subscribe, comment. Everything is free to do. We appreciate y'all in advance.